So we've been seeing this bad boy all over the neighborhood for the last year, actually. It's working out on the highway to start with, and it's been on different people's property. I was heading over to videotape this, and it's actually at the edge of our neighborhood. They had moved it again, so I'm glad they moved it here so I could see it. But there it is. That is the hydraulically extended saw blade for cutting off all these branches and stuff. You could see it did a little number on that tree there. I'll go get it closer in a second here. But that is pretty awesome, huh? Now look at that cab too. This cab is really cool because you can't get into it except from the front. So you have to climb up. I was trying to figure that out at first, like how the heck? I'm gonna walk up here and hopefully there's no poison ivy around to get me. But you can see here's some steps right here to climb up. And then you step on that guy right there, that step right there, and you climb up onto the box right there. There's a handheld, that's a handhold right there. And then you climb in that window right there. There's a handle on it. So, it doesn't really look like it opens, but you can see the, I'm not gonna climb on this because I don't do that, but you can see the handle right there, that silver thing right there. That's the outside handle, and there's an inside handle. Let's see if I can go around the other side and get a picture of that. Nice big tires for going through these ditches. That's the diesel engine. I'm sure that's diesel. And look at this, it's split in the middle so it can circumvent, so it can cut in the middle and steer. There's no turning wheel. You actually turn the entire front end of the vehicle. See how it's just straight out. There's no turning mechanism on this. This is your turning mechanism right here. This hydraulic will suck in, that one will push out, and they'll take the whole front end and turn it like that, or take the whole front end and turn it like that. So fire extinguisher's missing. That's not good, unless they're replacing it right now. There you go. DEF, diesel exhaust fluid for right there. Look at the hydraulic lines on this bad boy. But this here tube can extend out the end, and I'm not sure how many levels it can do. I know I can see one. Let's see if we can see multiple shafts. I'm sure it won't, I'm sure it only probably goes out 70% max, maybe not even that, maybe 50% of this thing. But look at this. I never noticed this before. That is for clearing the brush that it's trying to drive through, or maybe even leveling out the dirt. You can see there's some dirt on it, as long as wood chips and stuff, but they probably scrape along that to make sure they can have a flat surface to go over as well. But there's that blade. I wonder if they sharpen it on the unit itself, or if they take it off. That bolt looks very accessible, so they might just come take it off or replace it. They probably have different sized teeth for what they're doing, so maybe if they're gonna do some bigger trees, they put some bigger teeth on it. But you can see right there, that is where it extends out. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see if I get this back in focus. That's where it extends out. Looks like only one level out. So it probably does. That thing probably already goes to like way up there, without even extending. So you could see it cut these branches off right there. I'm gonna zoom in. Got some of those little guys up there. What it's doing right here is protecting these power lines. So I think it does other stuff too. I think if it's going along the roadway, I know they have other mulchers and grinders and stuff. When they're going to be mowing, they'll come through. So these are all the branches that it cut down. They'll come through with that stuff before the mowers come in. But it looks like right here they're just doing a power line cleanup. You can see that's encroaching a little bit right there on the power lines. They're starting to come out all the way down. You can see it's even closer down there. It's pretty close down there to the power lines. And up here on this side, they did a really good job. Got it a long ways away. So that's what it looks like from the front. There's the blade. It's early afternoon, but they might start early morning, so It's not even 3 o'clock yet, and they're not doing anything now. So maybe the guy starts at 6 and is done at 3, done at 2. Looks like a plant growing up in there. Look at that. Maybe some seeds fell in there, and it's just been slowly got a pine tree growing in that bad boy. So there's the blade for getting rid of bushes and maybe leveling some ground. It's not really a ground leveling type thing. They could do a little scraping, but I think it's mostly to just cut down bushes. It's not too sharp. They could sharpen that up, I think. And there's the hydraulic points right there and there. You can see the hydraulic things. I'll go around the other side and show you the hydraulics right now, but those are the not the hydraulic points, but the tilt points right there, the pivot points. Look at the size of that axle across there. That is heavy duty, boy. So I guess they could put a more heavy duty one on there since they have the vehicle actually turned from the center of the vehicle. So here's the hydraulics to raise and lower the this scraper, this front. It's not a bucket. I guess I'm just going to call it a gannon, a front facing gannon that it will scrape down the bushes, get rid of some of the bushes. Like, these things really don't need you to get down most of these bushes. I don't think it's going to have a problem. You're not going to get a flat tire off any of this stuff. But there's that engine. Got a fire port. I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool though. Pretty convenient. Suppose they're worried a little bit about that with being in the bush constantly with a really hot engine. Something like that. I guess that's not growing. It probably just fell in there. I don't think it's growing. It might be. But being in the really hot engine in the bushes, I mean, they've got it well protected. But go back and take a look at this again. This has got the same axle back here, just super heavy duty. Look at those U-bolts that they have to secure the axle to the frame here. This is heavy duty, even this, which is probably the gas tank right there. Look at those hydraulic lines. So, because this thing spins, that's a pivot point. You can see the teeth underneath there. See that? And that's the, there's a little grease on this backside there. That'll spin, probably go over 360 degrees. St. Peter, Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota. That's the name of this thing, the Giraffe. Jarraff Industries. He's chewing on a branch. That's where they got the idea, I guess, from the giraffes. So this thing will spin around all the way forward and back. I would say that they probably don't spin it backwards. They only go probably 45 to 90 degrees left and right. I don't even know if they'd want to go 90 degrees with this, with that thing extended up in the air. It might tip this thing over. I don't know how much this thing weighs, but this is the rest point right here. You can see they got an extra little thing on there for when they rest it down on this support right here. This is just a support meant to rest the beam. I don't know if they can clamp it down somehow for when they're driving around, or if just pushing it down with the hydraulic onto it probably locks it really tight so it's not going to bounce off while they're going down the road or anything like that. I'm going to walk around the backside and take a look here. So they got a winch back here, probably for themselves. If they get stuck in the ditch, they can wrap that sucker right there, take that piece, wrap it around a tree, and then winch themselves out. Let's see if I can get this back out here. There we go. And pull themselves out of a ditch. Because with the tractor, a lot of times you use the front bucket of the tractor to pull yourself out. And so you would put the bucket all the way back so it's kind of underneath itself, push it down into the dirt, and then push the bucket forward, and it pushes the whole vehicle back, and you can kind of inch your way out of being stuck somewhere. But there's the hydraulic lines, or I think that might be hydraulic lines. I don't know, that's weird. That almost looks like some sort of rubber wrapped cable. Oh, that's the drive line for the actual blade at the end to be able to spin. That's kind of weird. I would think that they'd have a motor out there, but I think that might be the actual cables that spin the blade, and maybe that's the motor right there, and it's kind of like a serpentine belt in a car, where the serpentine belt spins everything, you know, off of it. That is strange. If you know the answer to that, please put it in the comments, because that is interesting. So there's the hydraulic that pushes the, I'm not sure, that might not be the hydraulic that would actually lift the mechanism. I'm not sure what that hydraulic is really for. That might be just a shock absorber, actually, right there for the unit. Huh. Oh, look at that. He's got like a degree angle up there. See that? I didn't even notice that before, so glad it came back here. That's pretty cool, huh? You can tell if he's leaning too much, if he's level or not. That way, if he gets confused, he's feeling like, I don't know if I'm level, you can just check that out. And then there's a little backup camera right there, so he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. And air conditioner unit. I was going to say that, and then I got distracted. Nice little AC blowing right up his backside there. Yeah, you'd want to keep these windows closed on a hot day. You're grinding away. There's like dust flying everywhere, and sawdust chips and dirt and whatnot. You don't want any of that. So this must drive by the front wheels and pull the back. That's what I'm thinking, because the motor's up front there. So, well, there you go, guys. This is a tree trimmer, a branch lopper. I'm gonna go back around the front here real quick before I finish this up. Boy, I'm standing in the thickets here. I just realized I was standing in the middle of some thorns. Let's see if I can get a better shot of this for you here. I think that's pretty cool. Look at that. Oh, level ball in there. They have those same kind of level balls that you see there. That's a little black ball inside a level tube filled with water, and that way, if you're leaning it goes to level. And right now he's just leaning a little bit to the left. And they have those on RVs. We had one of those on the front of our RV, so you could tell if the RV was level or not. And they work really good, as long as they're mounted when it's level. So yeah, this is, I don't know, that looks like a bell housing there. Maybe, oh, I bet you any money this is 4-wheel drive. So this might be the center one there. You can see this one's for turning. This guy right there is for turning, and the little guy over there is for turning. The one in the middle might be the drive shaft of some sort. Never seen a drive shaft that looks like a hydraulic though. It goes in and out. But it might be a hydraulic, might be a line that moves. So when they're moving, it can go in and out, because you can't just have a solid line. If the whole center is going to pivot, it's got to be able to go in and out. If the whole thing's going to pivot that way, it's going to pull the drive shaft. It's got to be able to turn. It's got to have be able to go 45 degrees or maybe even a little bit more on the drive shaft in a turning radius there. And then this is cool. I never saw that before. There's your first step. Just a piece of rubber, that way it can't hit on anything on the ground and get caught up or dig into the dirt or grab a branch and break something or bend it. That'll just move with whatever hits it. It'll move it out of the way. And all the other steps are solid. Yeah, pretty cool, huh, guys? Well, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button, that like button. Feel free to share it. And please check our channel. We got all kinds of stuff like this on our channel. We love this old kind of machinery stuff here. So once again, please hit that subscribe, that like, help our channel grow, and we'll see you on the next one. Giraffe out.